Well, it appears that all our inflation worries have come to an end. Yes, the Senate worked all weekend, very hard marathon sessions to get the Inflation Reduction Act passed so that we will never have to worry about inflation ever again. I've got some interesting details that I'd like to share with you right after this. It's often said that inflation is too many dollars chasing too few products. And I think the Democrats figured that out. So their solution is very simple. They're going to reduce the amount of dollars that we have. And here's how it's going to work. The Inflation Reduction Act is estimated to be around $700 billion. To put that in perspective, that is $700,000 million, just so you know. The plan is calling for a total of about $725 billion in revenues. $313 billion coming from the 15% corporate minimum tax, $288 billion coming from the prescription drug pricing reform components of the act, and $124 billion from IRS tax enforcement, which I believe takes the form of an additional 87,000 IRS agents. As far as the spending part of it goes, $369 billion is earmarked for various green energy initiatives, subsidies, things like that, and electric vehicle credits up to $7,500. Now, I wouldn't count those chickens before they hatch, because there are some interesting restrictions on eligibility and who gets the electric vehicle credits. So pay attention to that and don't think it's going to be like some automatic thing that you get when you buy an EV. Spending $64 billion on the ACA, which is Obamacare, on its expansion. Contains $5 billion in drought relief, thanks to Kirsten Sinema from Arizona. So that adds up to $438 or so billion. So if you take the 725 in revenues and you subtract the spending of 438, you get about 300 plus or minus billion dollars that they have called deficit reduction. So they're going to fix inflation. If you go back to that original thought that inflation is too many dollars chasing too few goods and products, they're just simply going to turn the tables on that. And they're going to take away your ability to spend money because you're going to have to pay taxes and much more taxes. The $313 billion in corporate minimum tax, that 15% that they're going to levy on corporations that make over $1 billion in revenue or whatever, corporations don't pay income taxes. We pay those taxes through higher prices charged by those corporations. So who's going to ultimately pay for that $313 billion? You and me. Who's going to pay the additional taxes that the 87,000 new IRS agents are going to find hidden in your tax returns? you and I are going to pay for that. Not to say that anybody's cheating on their taxes, but with 87,000 new folks trying to get a job done, they're going to be checking on pretty much every piece of income, every deduction that you've taken, every expense that you've taken. If you've got a side gig, you better be careful. So who's going to end up really paying for all this? You and me. And that's going to solve inflation. Yep, it's going to solve inflation because there will not be too many dollars chasing too few goods. There will be too few dollars chasing too few goods. And I don't know what they're going to call that. But we're not having a recession right now because Joe Biden didn't say so. Hey, it's really time to consider where you are with your preps. We've got just a very short window of time. It gives us an opportunity to recheck, rethink, and stock up on all those things that we're going to need to get us through the next year and a half, 2 years, maybe even 3, before things are really going to start changing. I am looking forward to seeing what kind of changes are going to come from the incoming changes based on our elections in November. Can hardly wait to see how much change there is going to be in the composition of the Senate and the composition of the House. But what I do see happening very soon, and I'm not sure when this Inflation Reduction Act is going to actually take place, when it's going to be effective, but my thoughts is that it's going to take effect in 2023. So long about 2 or 3 days into 2023, inflation's basically going to disappear, so we don't have anything to worry about. And if you believe that, we got a bridge for you for sale. This is the Prepared Suburbanite, reminding you all to be prepared always, and I'll see you all on the next video.